Hello, it's a pleasure to share my film with the audience and the programmers of Vilnius International Film Festival Kino Pavasaris. This is a complicated time for all of us, but it's thanks to festivals like this that manage to exist and to carry on among the adversity that I think we will continue to communicate and to share our experiences through this moment of crisis. So thank you to the festival and thanks to the audience. It's the first time this film is being streamed and it's not going to be the last. Well, I think I've successfully managed to avoid that question for a year now. But since the circumstances dictate that we should change our behaviors, I think I can say that in the beginning the film was to me a sort of a personal investigation of this big problem, which is many people in the world, such as myself, don't really feel at home anywhere in the world. I don't feel at home in my ancestors' country. And I was never at home in the country I was born in. And this absence of belonging probably dictates a whole different perspective on life. And of course, a sort of specific trait of personality and of attitude and behavior towards the world. It's of course just a primal trigger to this journey for me. Of course, that every single film is autobiographical. This one is not an exception, but most of all, I wanted it to be for everybody else, not for me alone, and I wanted it to be about something that could relate to everyone. In particular, and since we are all in this situation of home confinement, I think that there's a side of the film which resonates with this moment, and I'm very thrilled with the possibility of bringing it up now, which is the fact that there's a moment in the film in which the character says that while everybody in the world is preparing for the next day doesn't really give a fuck about whether we exist or not. So this is what I think the film is about. It's about the unpredictability and how we take things for granted and then suddenly they are not there anymore. The film is a sort of a reflection on what will happen if we suddenly got deprived of contact and physical and verbal contact with the people that are dear to us and with the world itself. So what if Holocaust brings isolation? And I think the coronavirus pandemic is a sort of a warning to us all to actually take measures and stop behaving like we owned the world, because we do own the world as much as cows do, as much as parrots, as much as ants, as much as rhinoceros. It's not ours to keep, it's not ours to decide what to do with it. And it's time to be put in place. I'm so sorry that it has to be tragic. But human beings never learned any other way, did we? That's it. I hope I'm not making this very long. I'm very happy that I have the chance to show my film in Lithuania. Let me show you the street where I live and how empty it is, although it's so sunny. This is one of the most busy streets in Lisbon.